Sean's sheet is coming together really nicely. Here's just one more thing he needs to do, and that's give each account manager a 5% commission on their total sales. Now before we start, stop and think what type of calculation you're trying to do. Can we get away with a simple formula, or should we be using a function? Well, this is a very simple calculation, so we're going to use a simple formula. We're going to type equals, click on our total, type our multiply, and click on our 5%. Let's check that that worked. Enter, and there's Anya's 5% commission, so that was perfect. Now we don't want to type that calculation in for everybody, but we know we can use our fill handle, so we drag it down and oh dear, that's gone wrong. The question is why? Let's come back and have a look at the second one, and you can see it says F5, which is Charlie's total, good, times by J2. We actually want to be multiplying by J1. Why has Excel done this? We're going to take a step back and talk a little bit about relative references. When we've been copying our formulas, we've been very happy that it's worked, and we haven't stopped to think about what Excel is actually doing. But when we type F4 times J1, Excel understands this as multiply the cell 4 to the left of me by the cell 3 above me. Which is why when we copy it down, Excel says multiply the cell 4 to the left of me by the cell 3 above me. Now most of the time, relative cell references is what makes Excel so awesomely powerful. But we can see in this situation, it's preventing us from copying our formula. So what's the solution? Write them all manually? Not at all. What we want to do is use an absolute cell reference. And what that means simply is that when we put in the J1, we tell Excel that that is locked, not relative. And how do we do that? Well, we simply put $1 in front of the J and $1 in front of the 1. Doesn't sound too simple, does it? But actually there's a great shortcut key that will help us, and it's the F4 key at the top of our keyboard. So if I first click on J1, you have to have the J1 there. So click on your J1 and then immediately press F4. You'll see the dollars have been put in for you automatically. Do be a little careful. If you press F4 more than once, you will notice you actually get what are called mixed cell references. We'll look at these later, but for now, just make sure you've got both dollars on. And then press enter, come back to your calculation, double click to copy down, and this time the copy worked perfectly. And if I check my second one, you'll see it says F5 times J1. So we have effectively locked the J1, so when we use the fill handle, it doesn't drag, it stays put. This is what we call absolute cell references, and you will need to use it occasionally when we have this situation of a little outlier that's not sitting in our columns of data. Takes a bit of practice to get right, but it's well worth getting your head around it.